Alright, doing something a little different today. We're not going to be playing Pauper. We're playing a vintage cube, specifically Andrea Mengucci's cube that is currently on MTGO. I thought this would be a fun thing to do. I've drafted vintage cube a fair number of times, but by no means am an expert. That said, here I think the best cards are Gut or my namesake, Marsh Flats. Fetch lands are really good. Generally, the blue and black ones are the best ones to get. Red as well. Gut is a really strong card, but I feel like it's a sign that we have to take ourselves with the Marsh Flats. Basalt Monolith is also kind of a cool one if you go with something broken. Gut is just good in like a Boros kind of a strategy. I haven't really looked at the list of this, so I'm not sure how it differs from other vintage cube lists, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. Yeah, so just staying open with the Marsh Flats. Good mana is just not something to underestimate. Here you have Teferi. Comet is a busted card. Mother of Runes is really good. Of course, we passed the Gut. Mother of Runes, really good with Gut. Obviously, just aggressive Boros cards are really good together. Comet could also go in an aggro Boros deck, but it could also be in a more controlling list. Comet could kind of just be good anywhere, to be honest. Skull Clamp is also kind of a busted card. Metamorphosis Fanatic. I mean, there's so many really good cards here. But I can't say I've actually played with Comet before, and every time I see it, it's absolutely insane. I kind of think that's the pick. Man, I like a Skull Clamp too. I guess Skull Clamp leaves us more open. I think we're going to take Comet, though. Comet just seems crazy good. Natural Order, Emrakul. We have Polluted Delta, not my namesake, but another fetch land is not bad. Emrakul's pretty cool. Nothing great for Comet. I mean, Sarah Paragon is kind of cool. Pre-war Formal Wear. Can reanimate a 3-drop or less. We already saw Skull Clamp. We haven't seen a Stoneforge Mystic. This is obviously nice with Stoneforge. Tundra's not bad. We can fetch it off Marsh Flats if we want to do, like, Jeskai. That could be not bad. Of course, I could take Polluted Delta, and if we go Jeskai, that's also really good, but obviously we need to have the lands to actually fetch with it, so I feel like Tundra's probably worth it. I'm just not that excited about anything else here, and if we just get good mana, we can kind of pivot to whatever is open, is my thought. I think we'll do this. Vidalcan Shackles, okay, crazy. Trop, Marsh Flats doesn't find Trop. Godless Shrine, Marsh Flats find that. We could do like an Esper or like a 4-color stuff. Vampiric Tutor, that's kind of late. Vampiric Tutor is obviously a little bit better in a combo deck. It's a little more busted, and we have no reason to think we're anything else. I mean, Comet's not really great for combo. Snapcaster's kind of nice, actually, if we do end up like Jeskai, mid-range, or control. Currently, we have nothing to go with it, so maybe it's a little early to be taking it. I think the best card's probably Vampiric, but just not sold that's what I want to be doing. I mean, even if I go like Mardu, that's not really a card we want in like a Mardu aggro deck. Everything else, like Leovold's good. Emperor's really strong. I kind of want Snapcaster. See what we can do here. Okay, we could do Aragorn if we're going Jeskai. That's kind of hot. Malcolm's really good. Scarlet and Wandering Emperor, not bad for 4-drops. Everything else is kind of fine. Ugin if we had big mana, sneak attack, but we have nothing with that. I think I'm just taking Aragorn. Like, if you are Jeskai, it's kind of insane. We already have reason to be Jeskai, decent mana. Yeah, it's either that or Malcolm, I think. I mean, could I wheel Aragorn? There are only going to be 3 cards left in the pack. Feels like probably not. If he goes late enough, I feel like he'd be kind of be a sign. I don't know. We're gonna take him. Ponder's good for a list like this. Great with Snapcaster. Nothing else really works for us. I mean, Safekeeper's good if you go Titania or Nadu. Atali for that sneak attack. Whoever gets that's gonna get a nice Atali afterwards. We already saw Pestermite and now Village Bellringer, so obviously Splinter Twin's got to be in the cube. If we end up black, you know, Bleach Bone could be decent, but I think Ponder's a pretty good one to find here. Jace really depends on the cube. Jace can sometimes be really good, sometimes a little overrated. River Pyre Verge. Looks like we're going Jeskai, so that's not bad. We could be kind of more of a tempo deck, in which case Wrath is not good. If we end up more controlling, Wrath is really good. Like Aragorn, dying to the Wrath sucks, but also like it clearing it so that we keep the Monarchs really good. I don't think we're taking Mana Tithe, so I think it's probably Verge or Jace. We already have 2 4s, but I guess if we do have multiple Planeswalkers, no, let's, I was right at the last second, I was thinking maybe I would take the River Pyre. It's fine. We took the Jace. I don't know if that's the best. I actually don't know this one. Flash Flying, when it enters, exile target exile target spell an opponent controls. Whenever this creature attacks, if a card is exiled with it, you may cast the exile card without paying its mana cost. Cast the exile card. So just the once. Flash Flying, exile target spell. Okay, so it's a 5 mana spell snare. Okay. Rafine's Tower is not bad, especially if we end up black. No More Lies is really good, though. I think No More Lies. We're wanting some decent counter magic. Subtlety is not bad. Bayou pretty late for a duel like that. Probably Subtlety. I mean, Prismari Command's pretty good, but I kind of like Subtlety. We're going to take that. Zaggoth is green-black, so 2 colors we're not currently. Teferi came back. I guess we're just super friends. Astrologia's Planisphere. Code creature is a wizard. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, whenever you draw your 3rd card each turn, it gets a counter. That's pretty good too. But I kind of think Teferi's busted. I don't think we're playing anything here. Emery, I guess if we pick up a bunch of artifacts. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't think we're playing anything there. Trop and a Leovold, I guess that's tough. I mean, we'll take the Trop in case we get a reason to splash green. Yeah, this was the pack where we were hoping for something wheel. Can't remember. Hard Evidence. Don't think we're playing that either. Nissa. Okay. Mightstone, Weakstone. All right. Not a bad start. Currently, we're just kind of splashing the red, so we're kind of more Azorius control, I would say. Splash red. Volcanic. Counterspell, Stern Scolding, Omnath. We did pick up that Trop. Currently our fetch land doesn't find it, but that's kind of funny. I don't think we're taking that though. It's probably going to be Volcanic or Counterspell. So good, especially with Snapcaster. I mean, we were seeing duels wheel, so it's possible this will wheel. Of course, we were seeing, worse ones like Bayou. I could maybe get the Sacred Foundry or the Volcanic. I mean, Volcanic doesn't even get fetched by our Marsh Flats at the moment. I think we're taking Counterspell and, yeah, just setting up for a nice control deck here. Vendilion Clique, okay. Or Narset, but Narset's kind of best if you have a bunch of wheels. Verdant as well, but those are the 2 colors we're not playing. We've seen 3 of the 4 main Splinter Twin combo pieces. We haven't seen the Zealous Conscript or the Splinter Twin itself. Yeah, I think it's just Click. Touch is pretty decent too, but we could also end up being kind of more tempo-y, but with so many Planeswalkers already, it feels like it's more controlling. Fall from Favor, banned Pauper card. Seems pretty good. This is for combo with Nadu. This is just more aggro. Upheaval, we're not that. Yeah, nothing else here really speaks to us. Fall can be pretty good. Baleful Strix, we're not playing black at the moment. Archive, another white-blue land, but pretty decent. I guess Stowaway if we're doing more tempo, but again, I think we're more control. I think I'll take the Archive here. I don't think Stowaway is really what we want. Force of Will, I mean, we're taking that for sure. Now we have Force and Subtlety. Dak Faden's pretty good too. If we wanted a 4th Planeswalker, that might be a little overkill. It's not the best in our deck anyway. We don't have a lot of benefits from drawing or discarding. Obviously, it's just fine by itself, but I think Force is where we want to be at. Brainstorm. I mean, Snap with Brainstorm's good. We only have 1 fetch land, so shuffling could be tough, but Watery is not something we want. And again, every pack, it feels like there's only like 1 card we really want, but we're pretty happy with the 1 card in most of them. Underground Sea, a lot of blue-black lands. Fury is really good. Hard to splash. We only have a couple red cards. We just saw Pyrokinesis too. I don't really want Serum Visions though. We already have 2 better cantrips. Metamorph is medium. I mean, Get Lost is okay. I guess we don't have any actual hard removal. Fury could be that, but we definitely need to pick up some duels for red. Red hasn't felt super open. I think we just take the Get Lost. We're very heavy blue, a little bit of white, and then a little bit of red. I definitely need a couple. I think we passed the Sacred Foundry. I would love to wheel that. We passed that for the Counterspell. I think I'm fine with that still, but definitely if we don't get any red-white dual lands, I might regret it. Trying to organize this. We have 2, 3, 4 creatures, 1 drop. 2 drop, 3 drop, 4 and 5s. Time Spiral, no. Fimage, maybe. Leyland Binding doesn't look great even if we get like some red sources that are fetchable. Absent's fine. I don't really love Absent when we have access to better removal. I guess Fimage is okay. Wield the Stern Scolding, Blade Splicer, Karn. Do we need another Planeswalker? Stern Scolding is pretty good. We're just Counterspell, all Counterspells. I mean, Stern Scolding with Snapcaster too is kind of cool. All right, we'll take that. Touch or Narset. I guess Lava Spur Boots if we get an Urza Saga, but that seems unlikely. Narset doesn't do anything broken here. It just finds something from our deck. I guess Touch isn't insane either. Being the next end step. I mean, we can flicker Snapcaster, Vendilion, Subtlety? No, that's end step. I guess Touch is probably better, but I don't think we have a lot of ways to use it that are broken. Some busted cards, but nothing we're really going to be playing. I mean, we're not big mana. We're not any of this stuff, I don't think. We'll take the Planeswalker because why not? Baleful Strix. We're not brain freezing. This is black-red. I mean, maybe we'll splash a Strix if we get the mana for it. Blood Crypt. Actually, Talisman helps our splash. Talisman's not terrible either. Sure, why not? Like, Talisman helps ramp to our Planeswalkers and helps our splash, so I don't think that's bad to play. We have 18 playables at the moment. Well, we cracked a Black Lotus. Is that card good? This pack's stacked. Caracas, Oko, True Name, Strip Mine, Thraben Inspector. I mean, actually, Thraben gives us an artifact. It's an early creature. I think I might... I'm just kidding, obviously. All right, here's a Black Lotus. We're taking that. That pack also had Mystic Confluence, so like that pack was really good for us. Thraben Charm, I love to see that getting some play here. For us, though, Mana Leak, pretty good. We have a lot of counters already, though. I think we're taking the Steam Vents. The only fetch land we have is currently white-blue, so I would really like to find a white-red land. But Steam Vents is pretty decent. I guess Black Lotus is probably going to take the spot of a land, so that still puts us at about 18. So I need like 5 more playables. I think that's fine. We don't really need a Chandra. I mean, that's too hard to splash. Mana Leak is definitely the only card here. We'd play, maybe a Thraben Charm. There's the Stone Forge as well, but we're not doing that. All right, let's just take the Steam Vents. Wasteland. We just passed the Strip Mine. Spellseeker doesn't get anything broken. Just gets a counter spell. I don't think that's worth it. Vivi has a non-creature spell that counts Planeswalkers. So we have 12, 13, 14 ways to trigger it. A couple which are free. That's not bad. I think that and Wasteland are the only cards we would play. And Wasteland's fine. I think we'll take Vivi. Brazen Bar was not bad. Top. This isn't really a top deck. There's just no way to really use it very well. I guess I have like a shuffle. We saw so many duels in the first pack, and I did pass a Polluted Delta, but we haven't seen another fetch land since. No, we saw Verdant Catacombs, but that wasn't good enough for us. Yeah, I need like a couple more playables, but really I'd like a little bit better fixing. But Brazen Bar was great. Interaction, WinCon, Mishra's Workshop, no. Daze, Parallax Wave. I mean, Parallax is crazy with Planeswalkers. We can just keep them alive for forever. Daze is pretty good too. We already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 counter spells, so I don't know if we need a Daze, especially because we're not as tempo-y. I don't really want to bounce a land if we're like trying to get to our 4 and 5s. I think we'll take Parallax. Like, it's really good in an aggro deck because you could just wipe away all their blockers, but it's also good in a control deck. Just pretty good in general. Flash, no. Force Spike, ooh. Love all the pauper staples that are making their way in here. Unfortunately, there's nothing really for us here. Unidentified Hovership, exile up to 1 target creature with toughness 5 or less, and they manifest Dread. I guess that's okay. Nothing else is I mean, we're not force spiking. We have way better counter spells, so maybe this is okay. Urza, pretty late. Thoracle, not going to be doing that here. Stars a waste. Portable Hole's okay. I don't really have any synergy with the Hole. Oh, we do also have the Fall from Favor for Monarch, so just like removal is good. I mean, Urza's just honestly, even as just a 1/4 and a 1/1 that taps for a mana, it's not a bad card, but I think it could be better. Hole is okay. It's not the best thing ever. Mox Opal, we're not a Mox Opal deck. Stormchaser's Talent, can rebuy a counter spell. Novice Inspector too, okay. Oh, Expressive Iteration. I guess that's probably the one, if we can make our splash work well enough. Although this is the last, we're not going to get any more lands because this is our last pack. Talisman, Steam Vents, Black Lotus all splash. 5. Plus I think we could use, I guess we're at 23, but I think I like the iteration over the other one. Ooh, True Name came back, and Mystic Confluence. Okay, that's crazy. Oh, we could have had both Inspectors. And the Talisman. I totally whiffed. I missed the Talisman in the first pack. For some reason, I was taking something else. I don't know. True Name's kind of cool. Mystic Confluence is really good. We already have a good number of creatures. I mean, 7, not the most, but like for a control deck, it helps with our actually, we have 2 Monarch cards. It helps with a lot. I guess just as a cheaper, it feels bad not getting Mystic Confluence. That might have been the pick, but I don't know. We're not playing most of these. The Raven Charm could be a good sideboard card. Well, it's not a bad card in general. I don't think we're playing these. I guess Spellseeker. Top came back. Copter. I mean, I think we're more likely to play a Searing Spear, Faithless, and Thoracle. All right. I mean, we ended up with kind of a sweet control deck here, I think. 25 spells here. We're splashing red for Vivi, Comet, Iteration, and Aragorn. So I got 2 cuts to make. I guess Fimage is like fully reliant on them having something decent. Maybe that's more of a sideboard. Touch the Spirit Realm also doesn't feel amazing. Maybe just that. Do 16 lands with a Black Lotus here. So red sources, we have Talisman, Steam Vents, Black Lotus. It's only 3. I really tried to be diligent with our land picks. I didn't take the Polluted Delta when I could have. That was pick 2. And I picked Comet over it. I think that was a fine pick. And then I didn't take the Sacred Foundry out of pack 2, pick 1, and I took Counterspell instead. I think I like both of those picks, but definitely unfortunate we didn't get any other good fixing. Oh, I also passed up on the River Pyre Verge, which I actually ended up wishing I had taken instead of Jace, I think. So we'll see how good Jace is. So we need heavy blue. We're mostly blue, and so many of these are double pipped. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 blue sources for, that's not including the Black Lotus, so I guess 12, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 white sources. I guess if I cut the hover ship or maybe the parallax wave or both, we'd have easier white splash. Maybe I don't need this hover ship and like just a hard evidence would be better. Blocker, it could be snapped. Triggers Vivi, blocks our Planeswalkers. Yeah, I kind of like that, I guess. 5 red sources with the Talisman and the Black Lotus for 4 spells. Not my favorite. I don't know if I can really go up another mountain, though. 5's a fair number. We also have Ponder, Brainstorm. We have some ways to find it. I think we'll try this out. You can now pick up my comprehensive guide to Esper Cryo Affinity, including 38 sideboard matchups, and I just put out a big update for my Black Sack guide, including a slightly different deck list. I began offering coaching sessions if you're interested in taking your Pauper game to the next level, and I'm accepting deck donations, so if you desperately want me to play a deck that I usually wouldn't play, something like Elves, or maybe you want me to suffer through High Tide, then you can make me do that for a small fee. I've started posting a League video every single day, not to mention streaming at least a couple times a week on Twitch, but I'm not going to be able to keep that up forever unless I can get a little bit more help from the community. Any of the ways I've just mentioned are great ways to help me out, or you can even subscribe and support me on a monthly basis. All right, this is my first time drafting this cube, so I'm hoping things go pretty well. And I mean, we have our mana. We have a No More Lies on turn 2, and then we have a 4-drop later. Yeah, we're on the play. What's the worst that could happen? I think we start with an island, because if I draw a counter spell, I might want to hold that up. Probably hold up the No More Lies anyway on the early turns, but never know. Ancient Tomb into Talisman. Okay. Anything else? No? All right. I might get a nice 4-drop on turn 2 here with the No More Lies. Looks like big artifact mana stuff. Just a Hangerback Walker for 2. I almost don't care about that. I can just bounce that with a Jace later. I think that's fine. I'd rather counter like the next play and then bounce with Jace. Well, would prefer to stop drawing lands, but they're getting in for 2. Now, if they cast nothing here, that could be unfortunate. Yeah, because then I can't do much. Snapcaster's not bad, because I can't put down an Aragorn. I can't put down a Jace, because it probably just gets counterspelled. Yeah, I'll just pass here. I mean, we're not under that much pressure. If I wait 2 more turns and then I No More Lies with like, or Jace with No More Lies backup, that could be okay. Obviously, the Lies falls off a little bit as the game goes on, so maybe I should have just snapped it off on the Walker, but take 2 and pass again. Get lost, okay. Keep playing lands. They cast a Talisman of Dominance, that's fine. Blue-red artifact stuff. Swing for 2. And they're going to pass. All right. Stern Scolding. Well, I think I'm going to... I mean, I guess I don't want to bounce this now, really, because of the fact that they could just play it for a bunch. But if they play it for a bunch, then I can No More Lies it. 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. Yeah, I think I'm just going to Jace. Like, we bounce, this goes off, then I get to No More Lies or Get Lost something. Then I can land an Aragorn. I think we're in a pretty good spot. I guess I can also Stern Scolding the Walker, no matter how big they make it, because its power and toughness are both 0. That's pretty hot. So yeah, if they just dump a ton into this, I'd probably Stern Scolding. Although our white mana is a little pinched, with only 1 and 3 spells I want to cast, so maybe I do No More Lies just for that reason. Winter Orb. Players can't untap more than 1 land during their untap steps. I think that's... I mean, I can't counter that, but I think it's probably fine. We have a Planeswalker going, so... Okay, yep. With Academy, pretty good. Well, now all of our mana's pinched, so that might be a reason to Stern Scolding again, so that we tap less mana. So I only tap the Steam Vents, then I can untap, and we have it with the Plains. Yeah, they're going to Hangerback just for 2, leaving out 5 mana. That could be Mystic Confluence or something. Yeah, I'm going to Stern Scolding. I mean, I guess it's not the end of the world if it resolves, because I could bounce it again, but obviously I'd prefer to Brainstorm with the Jace, if I can. Iteration, okay. Let's Brainstorm. I can set up an iteration here if I hit some lands, okay. But I also don't know if I want to just cast out spells and things and tap my mana. Probably not. So let's put back... Yeah, I kind of feel like the iteration just isn't as necessary. I put back the Plains. I think I was meaning to put back the island, but that's okay. We're only going to use 1 here, and then we're drawing the Plains anyway. I do have Snapcaster Stern Scolding again if I want it. All right, they still get to untap their Talismans. Yeah, so this is real good with what they got going on. Mana Confluence. I mean, it kind of feels like they don't have much, so maybe we'll be okay here. 6 mana for a Coveted Jewel. I can't No More Lies that. They got plenty of mana for it. 1, 2, 3, 4. They have a Black Lotus too? Well, that's just not fair. Okay. I mean, they're Academy taps for 1,000,000, but they drew 2 I mean, maybe they were holding some of these, but they drew 3 zeros off of the Coveted Jewel is what it looks like. Battle Sphere. Can't No More Lies that, because of all their mana. I guess we have to Get Lost that. I'm obviously not bouncing it with the Jace. Then I only untap 1 land. I can't play an Aragorn here, because they can get through. I know I have a Plains and an Iteration on top, so that's not very good. They bobble us. reveal No More Lies, which they've already played around the entire time. I mean, and they're going to see a planes here. Yeah, I guess we should have gotten the No More Lies value when we could have off the Walker, but then we'd have a Stern Scold, and it's not doing anything, so I'm not sure it matters too much. All right, if I don't get lost this, I guess there's no reason to use it now because I'm not saving mana because I'm still untapping, right? I'm only untapping one, so I think we just let it go. Untap an island. You draw a couple cards. Planes. I could Teferi. That helps us untap mana. Okay, I could Teferi plus untap 2. I can get lost this. Then they can't kill Teferi. They only have 4. All right, I could bounce a mirror. I think we're just drawing though. True Name's not bad. Talisman's good too. Ugh. I kind of feel like Teferi, get lost. Teferi hopefully doesn't die, and then Teferi can just untap some of our mana, which helps. Then next turn I can Talisman. They know about the No More Lies, and I'm not going to be holding it up anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Put these 2 back. I could also Talisman, get lost with a Snapcaster up. That doesn't really matter. I could Talisman True Name, but they could just hit me for 4 off of this, and then I'm just not getting the Teferi down. All right, let's cast this. Plus, untap these, and get lost on the end step here. I guess I should do it in their upkeep because they already have mana for like a counter spell. Oh, they can also map onto the mirror to grow it enough to potentially kill the Teferi unless they get 2 lands, so that's pretty good. This one's not going great for us for sure. We'd have a bit of a slow fair draw, and theirs was also slow, but then became a little broken with the Winter Orb Academy. Tap Academy for 11 mana to use a map. That's pretty funny. Okay, now first a Trinket Mage. Okay. They've already seen so many zeros. What else do they have? Hangerback Walker, Urza's Bauble, Mishra's Bauble, Black Lotus, Pyrite Spellbomb. Okay, well, that can kill a Teferi too, or just the Jace. Map onto one of these. They do hit an island. Map again. This time they hit an Extinguisher Battleship. Pretty good. I kind of think with the Winter Orb, there's no way we're getting out of this, so I think we're just going to go to the next one. The fact that they can kill the Teferi makes it a lot worse. Let's just pass. Touch the Spirit Realm, exiles an artifact, returns it to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. So I can do that in their end step to allow me to untap 1 time. That can be pretty important. Dream Charm doesn't kill artifacts. Yeah, so I think that's worth bringing in. And Hard Evidence didn't seem necessary. They're kind of slow. They don't have a lot of early creatures. That's mostly for like a Boros opponent or something. All right, on the play here, Talisman's good. Okay, yeah, this looks fine. We have Force for anything broken. We have Talisman, which helps against the Winter Orb, if we're not countering that. Vendilion Clique, and also just Fall from Favor. If they play any creature, I can get the Monarch. Ancient Tomb, Winter Orb right away. Well, do I want to force that? I have a Talisman that can help a little bit. I don't love losing either of these, but I feel like I'm probably going to lose to the Winter Orb. Like we just did. I don't have any way to remove it after the fact, so I guess I'm gonna get rid of the Fall from Favor. Pretty annoying to see that turn 1. Drawing any other blue card would have made it a little easier. I think the Fall from Favor could just be a really good way to get a lot of advantage here, obviously. But they don't have that many creatures, which is why I got rid of it. At least I wasn't seeing a lot of creatures, so there's no guarantee they're going to play a creature anytime soon. But I guess drawing an island here, we would have been able to untap an island and the Talisman. I could have Vendilion Cliqued. Maybe it would have been fine. Mishra's Workshop too. Okay. I mean, Ancient Tomb, turn 1 both games. Definitely pretty good. Thirst for Knowledge. Discard a Portal to Phyrexia. Okay. Brainstorm. I don't have a lot of ways to use that in a broken manner. I think we'll just keep it. I'm going to click them in their draw step, as you do. This allows us to potentially take the card that they just drew, in case we want to. It opens us up to counter spells, but this does not seem like a deck that's going to be running counter spells. All right. They have the Academy. They have Trinket Mage, so that can get Black Lotus. They have Fire Ice. That is what that is, right? Yep. They have Battlesphere and a Dak Fade In. You can play a Dak, steal our Talisman. Then I can kill Dak. Yeah, that's fine. Trinket Mage finds a Black Lotus, Pirate Spellbomb. They have 7 mana. They could just Battlesphere right here. I guess that's probably the worst one then. Get Lost can get rid of Dak or Trinket Mage obviously isn't the problem. Yeah, I guess it's Battlesphere. Battlesphere also obviously good with Tellurian Academy. But the turn 3 Battlesphere was definitely going to be backbreaking into Academy. Then taps for like 6. Play a Trinket Mage. That gets Black Lotus, of course. Cast that. Play Academy. Okay, they can crack that for Dak. Steal our thing and fire this guy. Then I don't have white mana for the Get Lost. I mean, it's not the most broken thing ever. It's fine. Yep, fire, Dak. And there it is. Steal the Talisman. I'm going to Brainstorm in our turn. Gives us an extra draw to find white mana to kill the Dak or something else. Brazen Borrower. I guess I can return the Talisman to our hand. Or do I just want to have the Borrower this turn so I can kill the Dak? They don't have a lot else going on. The draw 2 here is going to be really good. Draw 2, discard 2 islands. I think we're going to Brainstorm. Find planes. Okay, so I can... I mean, this is not a very good spot to be in, for sure. But I can get lost to the deck, and then I can hold up Stern Scolding. I mean, this still gives them 2 looks at something with the map tokens, but I think it's better than a draw 2, discard 2. If they find a hanger back, I have the Stern Scolding for it. If they don't find anything, then I can Borrower. And I might want to get the Talisman back simply so that I can play a red spell if I find it. Coveted Jewel on top. Well, that one they're gonna keep. Pretty good. Swing for 3. Okay, well, Coveted Jewel means my Borrower can steal that. So I think I just pass now. And if I get to draw 3 with it, it's not bad. Gives me an out. Like, if we draw 3 with it and then find, like, a Jace to bounce the Trinket Mage or something, I mean, it's not the best thing ever, but yep, they cast that. Play a Bauble. Crack the Bauble. They see the Stern Scolding. Well, I guess it's nice they don't know about the Borrower coming, but Scolding is going to lose a lot of value now. Map onto the Mage. Find an Extinguisher Battleship. Yeah, that is pretty good. And a Pyrite Spellbomb, of course. That can shoot our Brazen Borrower, which means we can't take the Coveted Jewel, which means we're drawing a land here. They have a Battleship, and we're pretty much dead. I mean, I'll flash this out, but if they just shock this, I don't think I can win. Yep. Well, they had one of the broken decks, and they had kind of a broken start every time. Ancient Tomb, turn 1 both times, and then Ancient Tomb into Mishra's Factory. Kind of crazy. Workshop, rather. Not the factory. All right, we have an okay hand here. Mox Pearl into Mindstone. I mean, it looks kind of Boros-y, but already another crazy fast start for our opponent. 4 drop on turn 2. What the hell is this? 4th Aerlingus. If I was on the play, I could have had No More Lies for that. I could also have a True Name next turn, but I don't have that. I guess I could Brazen Borrower one of these. Yeah, I mean, I just hold up No More Lies and Brazen Borrower. Take 4. They're not going to do anything else, so I guess I will Petty Theft one of these guys. So I could True Name now, which gives me the Monarch next turn probably. I think that's worth it. I go Shields down for a turn without any counter magic, but they are also Jeskai, stealing our thing. Tundra. I mean, I take it and they get to take it back, but can't do much about that. I guess I could ponder, or not ponder, brainstorm or iteration here or something. Well, let's Talisman, and then I can brainstorm, hold up No More Lies to find a removal spell. I guess it's fine if they take it. I could flash in a Brazen Borrower. I might want to do that. Yeah, let's just pass. Oh, Snapcaster. Well, it says Trample. Of course it does. Why wouldn't it have Trample? If it didn't have Trample, I might Snapcaster just to keep the Monarch. You're getting a little flooded. I would love for them to just tap out for like a 7-drop. Not Nugin. Well, I guess actually that doesn't matter because we have protection. Yeah, we're going to take the 2 here, but just something that I could No More Lies would be great. Oh, they are going to cast a 7-drop? Hell yeah. Do I want to brainstorm on the end step? I don't think I need to. Yeah, I don't want to take this damage for no reason. Yeah, there's a No More Lies. So 4th Aerlingus Italian, the same deck is crazy. All right, let's go with an iteration now. Comet. As much as I want Marsh Flats because of me, I'd rather just not take the damage here. Put 1 into your hand. Comet. Put 1 on the bottom. Myself, put 1 in exile. So we can play the island. Let's Comet and see what we hit. Rolls a d6 on the 6. Rolls a 6 on the d6. So it gets a loyalty counter, and you may activate its ability 2 more times this turn. Let's activate it again. Choose a creature or player, roll a 5, deals damage equal to the number of loyalty counters on him to a creature or player, then -2. Yeah, let's kill this. Roll again, and a 4, so we deal 4 to here. Obviously, we did that in the order that dealt less damage to them, but I wasn't sure I would hit that again, and, you know, we wanted to make sure that was dead. All right, well, that was pretty good. Ooh, I would have loved the Black Lotus a little sooner so I could have up Snapcaster Brainstorm, but that's okay. They also have a Workshop. This does not look like a Workshop deck, but okay, here's a Talisman. I guess they have a Mind Stone and a Talisman. Does not tap for a Tali or anything. We are tapped out, and it looks like we might be paying for that. Deceiver. Do they just have Splinter Twin here? Don't really know why you would main phase a Deceiver otherwise. Kiki Jiki. Oh, I mean, that works too, right? Well, I was just dealing with their other broken stuff. I still don't know why Workshop. That just seems so weird. Okay, so Splinter Twin, or at least Kiki Jiki combo. Touch the Spirit Realm can stop that. Thraben Charm, if we have a creature or 2, can stop that. That doesn't seem very good. Hard Evidence seems fine against 4th Aerlingus. Fall from Favor, also decent to take the Monarch there. I guess Vivi doesn't seem like she's doing that much here. All right, on the play, no lands. Island, Brainstorm, not our Ponder, which means we get locked. This doesn't look very good either. I guess we'll mulligan again. Okay, keep. We'll keep 2 lands, hard evidence, because it draws us a card. So it could be something else. And also could block like a 4th. We can't afford to keep subtlety. I think we keep Aragorn because maybe we get there. I would keep a red source, but just a random island, I don't think. Obviously we need some lands, but we also need some other stuff. There's a Jace. Hard evidence. Grim Monolith. Well, we'll crack this. Well, we should have kept the island, I suppose. Wormcoil Engine. Give us a land and we could fall from favor that. Oh, God. Okay, Black Lotus. Okay. That's interesting. So I could Aragorn here. That doesn't do much against the Wormcoil. I could just fall from favor this. That's pretty good. And then I hold up Get Lost for the next creature. I could also just Jace and bounce. And actually, with the Grim Monolith, that's not untapping, so bounce is really good. And then I'm drawing with the Jace every turn, and then fall is cheaper. Yeah, I think we go for Jace here. Bounce the Wormcoil. I mean, I do want them to play out another creature that does nothing, so I can fall from favor it, but I feel like bouncing there is just too good to not. They're just going to pass. Also, I like getting Jace because it can hopefully find us our land here with the Brainstorm. Okay, we do. Find 3 land. Put these back and pass. I guess they're going to untap this. Oh, well, this could be kind of bad. I should have put lands on top. 2 lands, I think. If they untap this and then they play a Tali, they're going to get the fall from favor. I guess I could just blow up my own crab in response so they don't get the Monarch. Maybe that's fine. Int is fine. Not what I'm worried about. Okay, that's totally fine. In fact, that's what I'm going to fall from favor. Let's draw 3. Now I just want to hold up Counterspell, and then next turn I'll fall from favor, I think. Put back. I don't want to put back Aragorn because I don't want them to go... If they do get a Tali, I don't want them to be able to get that. Obviously, we're going to Counterspell an Tali at this point, but yeah. So I could get lost the NT if I really want. Still hold up Counterspell. I'm kind of fine if they want to like trigger it and then it, I fall from favor. 5 mana? Is this 4th? They're holding this up for like a No More Lies. I mean, I could like get lost and touch the Spirit Realm, but I think we just counterspell that. Brainstorm. Hey, it turns out Jace is still pretty good sometimes. Put back 2 planes. I have a Teferi now. They're gonna just play Wormcoil maybe? I think Teferi's is pretty good. Yeah, I guess I Teferi. I have this guy to block. It's more expensive. It's more card draw every turn. And it still lets me hold up Get Lost and touch the Spirit Realm. Like, Fall from Favor giving me the Monarch is nice. Draws me an extra card every turn, but so do these as long as they're not dead. So they have 9 mana. So certainly they could Atali. They have a Wormcoil that they could cast without using the Grim Monolith. If they do that, I'd probably just fall from favor the Wormcoil. Yep. I could also touch the Spirit Realm it. Hard cast, not channeled, but I think I'd rather these as tricks and then fall from favor here. Swing with Inti after they cast a spell is interesting. Discard an Abrade Island. I think I'll Get Lost this. I could just block, but I don't really want to, like, the crab is kind of nice to block to keep these alive. I might have to do this at some point anyway, so I might as well keep the crab around. Draw off to Fairy, then Brainstorm. I can bounce this again. That's pretty funny. Put back Plains, Portable Hole, play a Plains, play a Talisman, fall from favor, still hold up No More Lies, Borrower, and touch the Spirit Realm. Okay. I don't think I can lose at this point. I mean, I guess technically I could mill out, but I can stop plussing these if I want, and then I still have 10 turns to get an Aragorn down and attack for a bunch, so I think I'll be okay. I mean, I guess Natali could still be pretty good, because I can't No More Lies that. At this point, Kiki Jiki can make a copy of this. Huh, that's pretty good. And then you sacrifice it at the end step? Sure. So I can flicker the token, or borrow the token actually, and that won't give them the 3/3s. And let's start Fate Sealing. Satya. I don't even know what that is, but I'm sure it's probably worth putting in the bin. Or on the bottom. Whenever it attacks, create a tapped and attacking token that's a copy of up to 1 target non-token creature you control. You get 2 energy at the beginning of the next end step. Sacrifice that token. Unless you pay cement. It's got haste as well. You may put it on the bottom. Sure, we'll put it on the bottom. Then I'm going to minus on Kiki Jiki. I guess I could still lose to a Splinter Twin combo. But touch helps with that a little bit. I'm going to try to start winning the game with Aragorn here. And Brazen Borrower as well. Force of Will is pretty nice. If I really need to counter something now, but No More Lies doesn't counter, which obviously is a lot since they have so much mana. They do get a Tali. No More Lies doesn't cover that. They could hit the Kiki Jiki, which can't target this, I guess. Yeah, I think we just counter this. Bit unfortunate, I only have 4 mana, so I can't just hard cast it, but I think that is pretty good for them. And now actually they might not be able to, oh, they can map to try to get to the Kiki Jiki. That's kind of cool. Stock up on top. Okay. If they get the Kiki Jiki, I was gonna say the No More Lies counters it now, but I got rid of the No More Lies obviously. Oh, I didn't cast the Brazen Borrower. That was a mistake. Comet. That's pretty good. Choose a creature or player because I rolled a 5, so it's going to deal 5 damage, so we'll just deal them a bunch. Teferi plus Jace. Their top card is Stock Up, and then it's Kiki Jiki. Do I care about that? Stock Up, then they can't even cast the Kiki Jiki. That's fine. Okay, they concede. Enough Planeswalkers for them. Also, we got our namesake right at the end there. All right, well, that's what we need to do. I guess Fimage is pretty good here, right? With all their giant creatures. Like if I get Natali, that's kind of cool. Stern Scolding I think I need to keep in, even though they have some big creatures for Kiki Jiki and Deceiver Exarch. Hard Evidence is really only for the 4th Aerlingus. I guess they have an Inti 2. I guess Portable Hold doesn't seem as appealing here. Alright, starting with Force, no more Lies on turn 2. We have a Brainstorm with a fetch land. Yeah, this looks pretty solid. Comet on turn 4. Mishra's Workshop into Monolith. Okay, I guess that is good. We will play... I guess I have a Meticulous Archive to pull out. Still probably just want to save that for the Brainstorm. Well, if they cast anything busted here, I have Force of Will. If they wait another turn, I have No More Lies. Oh, we got a Tundra too. Nice. So now I would love for them to tap the Monolith for something that we can counter. Talisman, sure. I guess they could cast a Worm Coil off of this. Nope. All right. Fimage. Now I'll play the Marsh Flats, and if they don't do anything, I can Brainstorm into Marsh Flats. They have Worm Coil playing around the No More Lies. Okay. I can just Fimage it. I think that's fine. Let's Brainstorm. Maybe I should have done that first. I don't know if I would have wanted to Subtlety, but Snapcaster's pretty good. So this turn I can Fimage with No More Lies up and still with Subtlety and Force Spike. So I guess Get Lost and Snapcaster? I don't really want to get rid of Snapcaster. This is my only red source for the Comet, though. I'll find another red source. I think we get rid of that. That's fine. Sack this. We hit an Archive. Stern Scolding, just as some protection against the combo. We already have a lot of counter spells. I'll get rid of that. Also, this lets me Snapcaster it if I really want. Yeah, let's just do this. Because now we can just trade these back and forth, and I'm totally fine with that. And we have 3 counter spells for whatever they have, whatever else they have. Also, the Workshop contributed to the Worm Coil, but if they cast anything that's not an artifact, then this can't pay for the No More Lies. Looks like they have something else, though. 8 mana. Is it like a Walking Ballista? Cityscape Leveler. When you cast the spell, whenever this creature attacks, destroy up to 1 target non-land permanent, its controller creates a Power Storm, but this is going to trigger, and you know what it is. It's going to sack, but we're still going to have a Death Toucher, and also I get this as Unearth, but I get to counter it with the No More Lies, so, you know, not bad for us. Not too bad, anyway. If they want to trade these, and then they have 2 3/3s, and I still have one of my 3/3s, that's okay. Yep, they are going to go for it. I will trade the Death Touch for it. Planes, now I have hard cast of any of our counter spells. I think I'll trade for the Lifelinker here. Death Touch I'm not really worried about. I guess against Aragorn it could be relevant, but that's about it. I'd rather they not just gain 1,000,000 life, and they just pass. I think that's fine. Could have Brainstormed, but end step they have a Deceiver Exarch. Yeah, I kind of want a Subtlety so I could just block this anyway. So I think we just Subtlety here. Also, if they're trying to do this so they have the combo, then I guess maybe that'd be fine because I'd force the Kiki Jiki and then they have a useless 1/4, but they put it on top, so they do want it. Also, I guess with Grim Monolith and Mishra's Workshop, they can't actually get a Kiki Jiki out very easily here. A Braid, that's fine. I'm not going to Force a Will that, obviously. I'm not going to, and I can't Snapcaster or anything at the moment. But a red mana lets us use this. Ooh, that's good. So I can take care of that. We have oh, I should probably play my planes. We have Snapcaster for whatever counter magic we want. We also have just Hardcast Force of Will into then Snapcaster Hardcast Force of Will. I could just take another hit or 2 from this. But yeah, I'm not that scared of it, but I think I'd just rather use my mana here since I'm looking to hardcast the Force of Will probably. We see nothing comes back. I don't think I need to Snapcast or Brainstorm. True Name's nice. I guess that doesn't let us hardcast Force of Will now. But I still have Snapcaster on No More Lies, which with their mana predicaments I think is going to be good enough probably. They do cast the Deceiver Exarch. I think that's fine. I have the True Name now. They can tap down a blue. Okay, that's... Oh, they untap the Grim Monolith. Sure, that's cool. And then they can cast Kiki Jiki, but I have the Snapcaster, No More Lies for that. 7 mana, so it's a Tali instead. Or a 4th Aerlingus. Okay. No More Lies still works. Okay. Because this can only cast artifact spells. Alright, No More Lies. They keep lying to me, and I want no more of it. So that's what they were trying to do last turn with the Deceiver. Kind of cool. I guess I'll keep this island in case we get a Jace to Brainstorm. No red mana has been a little unfortunate. I said I'd find another red source, and I haven't yet, but that's okay. I mean, we're in a fine spot, but if they force another counterspell, like the Force of Will from like a Kiki Jiki here, then I need to draw something pretty good. Satya, tax creative. I I think that's fine. Doesn't kill us. I can leave back the True Name if I need to block here next turn. It does untap the Grim Monolith. I do like this interaction a lot. Like, I was thinking Splinter Twin was kind of a... Oh, they untap a white source. They have something to cast then. I was thinking this was kind of an interesting include, but all the untappers with Grim Monolith and Basalt and stuff is pretty cool. Mother of Runes. I guess that can make it so this can't be blocked. I can't imagine forcing this. I mean, we might just die, but I feel like if I force this and then they play Kiki Jiki, I feel like a fool. I don't know. Teferi's pretty good. I feel like I want to draw. Do I just die? I'm at 11. That's plenty. I could tuck the Mother or the Satya. Currently, I don't have Force of Will up, though. I'm going to draw because that lets me... Oh, Black Lotus. Well, that lets me play Comet. I then wouldn't have Force of Will unless I return a thing, which could lose me the game if they have Kiki Jiki. But I think that's worth it. I think getting Comet down is pretty good. And if I can, like, shoot the Mother of Runes or something, or just make a couple squirrels, I mean, that helps with protection and whatnot. We'll pass. Yeah, we did tap out of the Force. So we'll see if they top deck exactly what they need. Stock up. I mean, that's not bad. Inti. Trigger the Mother, or activate Mother aggressively to make it so this has protection from blue, to try to hit one of these, I guess. I can double block with the squirrels, but they can give it trample with Inti to make it hit for 2. Okay. They don't discard. Okay, they make a copy of Exarch, which could untap the Mother of Runes, or the Monolith. Yeah, like I said, some cool combos. They didn't give it trample, though, so I'm certainly just going to block with a couple of these. This guy goes away at end step, unless they pay energy, I guess. Okay, I guess they can keep it around if they really want. I thought the creature had to be attacking, but it did not, so that's pretty cool. They do pay the energy. Why not? Island. Let's activate Comet, see what's going on there. Rolls a 1, some more squirrels. I could tuck something. I think we're going to keep drawing, though. We have a lot of good draws. Most things that are not our lands. That's a pretty good one. So if I play that, I can blank Mother, this guy, this goes away forever. I mean, I could hit everything and they just come back right away. I get in for 7. Probably don't need to hit everything, but I'm definitely going to cast Parallax Wave. Eat the Mother of Runes and the Satya for sure. And then probably the NT as well, because I don't want them to draw extra cards with the discard. Plus that trample is kind of tough when we have all 1 toughness creatures. But these guys we can just chump, no problem. Zerda. Oh boy. Well, that goes infinite with Grim Monolith. So is that a reason to counter? If they only have 1 thing to make it infinite, like to cast off infinite mana, I could just counter that thing. Also, I could Parallax Wave this. If they tap it for 3, try to untap it for 2. No, they have the mana to use it again. I think I just let it go. If they have 2 X spells that kill me, so be it. But if I counter this, then I just died a lot else. So I guess I still could Parallax it now. Then they have to use up some of their like blue or white. That just doesn't seem very good. All right, they have infinite colorless. All right, so they have Ulamog to blow up the Parallax Wave. I can't stop that, so that is annoying. I can counter this because it's harden the noise outside. It's indestructible and Annihilator, but I could tuck it, but I guess then they can cast it again. So they're going to get to blow this up, but I can blink the Exarch. That's a token. I can blink our Snapcaster, actually, to get a Brainstorm. I guess that's all that I have. Might as well. I can blink their Inti, just so it has Summoning Sickness. I think I counter this. I mean, Annihilator 4 is pretty difficult to deal with. Again, I can tuck it. Maybe that's worth it, because, again, we could lose to something else with infinite mana. Ulamog does shuffle back in when it gets countered. Parallax Wave goes away, and I'll Snapcaster. I could Snapcaster Force Will, but it does not do anything here. So let's just do the Brainstorm, and they pass. Okay, not the end of the world, hopefully. Cast a Brainstorm just to cantrip. Jace is pretty good. Put these back. More Brainstorming if I want. Let's roll Comet, see what we get. So 9 damage to something. That almost makes me want to go face. But I guess killing the infinite mana or the Satya is probably pretty good. Probably the infinite mana. We'll do that. Let's play Jace. I could bounce something. I think we'll just draw from Teferi and then Brainstorm. We don't currently have any interactions. I'd kind of like to find some. There we go. Hard Evidence and pass. They have a Prismatic Vista. Sure. They keep a Kiki Jiki through all of that? Wow. Well, I have the counterspell, luckily. Crack a Clue. They got no attacks. And let's activate Comet. This time, I'm gonna... No, I guess I just kill all their creatures, right? Let's get rid of the Satya. Activate Teferi. Activate Jace. Now we have an Aragorn, which I guess could mill us out pretty quick. But we can start hitting them for a little bit. I think with 3 Planeswalkers, we'll probably be fine. Play a land. We're gonna Emblem to Fairy. Every time we draw a card, of which we only have 7 left, we get to exile a permanent, but Brainstorm Jace is gonna let us exile all 3 of their guys, and this does not even use a color because it's an emblem, so they're not gonna be able to respond with the mother, which should allow us to get in for lethal, I believe. I mean, in a turn or 2, but we'll definitely get there. Activate Comet, and it hit a 6, so it gets counter and rolls twice more. Deal them 6 damage, activate again, deal them 4 damage. All right, kind of a nice way to end that one off. All right, we're going first in this match 3, and we have a turn 1 Comet, which feels pretty good, I think. Obviously, we could also like turn 1 a True Name Nemesis with a Stern Scolding, but that's just not what we're here to do. Play a Plains, cast a Black Lotus, and cast a turn 1 Comet. Stellar Pup. And we get a 4, which means we get to deal 5 damage to our opponent. Not bad. If all we do is damage with this guy, you know, it's not going to be the best thing ever. But, you know, them losing a quarter of their life on turn 1, and we have a Planeswalker that we can keep activating is pretty strong. Especially green-white, probably more of a fair deck. Well, Sensei's top, maybe not, but Expressive Iteration. I guess that would have been a reason to play the Mountain first, but I think that's fine. Let's activate Comet, and it makes 2 squirrels. Honestly, not too bad. Squirrels just let us start getting in for damage this early. You know, squirrels are generally the worst version of Comet, the worst activation. But seems like it's going to be pretty decent to have 2 attackers from here on out. Play a Blood Crypt, but don't want to take the damage, so they pass on that. Get a Brazen Borrower, activate Comet again. Here we got a 6, so we get to activate it twice more. Buy back our Black Lotus, that's pretty good. Activate again. We roll a 5, so we get to deal them 5 damage. They spin the top. We get to swing for 2 more damage. Probably just cast a Black Lotus, cast a True Name. That's just about lethal next turn. We get to hold up Stern Scolding. They concede right there. Black Lotus is a bit of a busted card. All we know is that they're on 4 color and Sensei's top. So 4 color, no blue. Don't think we're going to be changing anything up based on that. I mean, 4 color, no blue means they might have some good creatures for Fimage, but Black Lotus again? Oh my gosh, fall from favor if they play a turn 1 creature. If not, we just get to Vendilion Clique them, I guess. But double Black Lotus starts. Definitely feels kind of busted. Yeah, I mean, I guess we Steam Vents, Ponder, and then Black Lotus. Click them in their draw step. I don't really want 2 islands. Counterspell's good, but I mean, I guess I can get through them quickly with Iteration. Yeah, I guess maybe that's okay. We kind of need a second land, a second blue land anyway. The third one's fine if we get more Planeswalkers or whatever, but we'll cast Black Lotus again. And I guess for things like Daze, we should have just cast it before casting the Ponder, but they go for a Jetmir's Garden, and I'm just gonna click in their draw step. Not the most busted start with the Black Lotus. I could hold it, but I also know the next cards are not Planeswalkers or anything crazy. And this is an attacker that we get to start holding up Counterspell to protect, so. All right, Sneak Attack, Griselbrand, Eureka, and Raphalos. So they're gonna play a Raphalos here. So we can take Sneak or Eureka, and we can Counterspell the other one. I think that's pretty reasonable. I guess I just let them cast Raphalos and I can fall from favor. We only have 1 mana though because we use the Black Lotus, so I can't do that next turn. Yeah, let's take the Sneak Attack, and there's Raphalos. So we'll just start attacking, hold up Counterspell for the Eureka if they cast that next turn, which I assume they will. And then I could just fall from favor this the following turn. Of course, we know they have a Eureka, and they know that, and so we leave up Counterspell mana. They might not cast it there. They could also Talisman and then Eureka first if they want, but they just jam, wheel counter. I figure taking Sneak and Eureka, they have a bunch of mana, honestly, but Griselbrand being quad black, they have no black mana. It's probably going to be pretty tough for them to hard cast. And yeah, I think we just fall the Raphalos. We start drawing cards. They lose 2 of their mana. I mean, if they have like a show and tell as well, you know, if they draw that, then can't fully stop the Griselbrand, but I think that's something we can't fully anticipate. Play a Spara's Headquarters, and hey, look, exactly what I thought they might get is a show and tell. If we can find like a Brazen Borrower or something to bounce the Griselbrand, we'll be okay. Stern Scolding. Okay, well, it's Expressive Iteration, True Name, Comet, Aragorn. None of those are going to work. Unfortunately, I don't even have double blue, so I can't True Name here. That's annoying. So what do I want in my hand? We already have the Monarch. I guess Comet. I mean, I had no way of knowing, but I guess I do have a fair number of blue spells, double blue, that I could have played a Mountain first here. But obviously, iteration, if you hit a land off of it, that could be pretty good. Yeah, they did get the exact... I mean, I could still hit Brazen Borrower. No. Like, they did get the exact card I called. We're going to chump so that we don't lose the Monarch. Yeah, I think that makes sense. They're going to be able to draw 7 cards either way. They play a Forest and a Mystic. I could have Stern Scolding to that, but I'd rather have No More Lies for something a little scarier, I think. Like that. Sensei's top. Alright, Brazen Borrower. Still be really good. I'm just drawing all lands. Well, we'll activate Comet. There's no way Comet can kill a Grizzlebrand yet. Activate this, 2 squirrels. I guess we leave those back. If we hit the Brazen Borrower here, we're still okay. Never mind. Let's stop saying that because we're going to keep hitting lands. Shock in a Blood Crypt and just hard cast Atraxa. Alright, well, we lost that one. They had 2 of the cheat pieces in hand. We dealt with both of them, and they just had another. I guess Fimage is good here. Yeah, let's just make that swap. No Black Lotus? Subtlety, we have a Ponder. I mean, if Ponder hits a red mana, then Expressive Iteration. We don't have that many red sources, though, so if we don't, we kind of get stuck. I think we got a mulligan. Same thing, 1 land or Ponder. I guess our mana's a little better, though. Sure. Parallax Wave doesn't seem super good against them, plus it's just really expensive for us. Ponder. I'll take any 2 lands. Okay, that's exactly what we'll take. Obviously, I'd prefer a red one, but 2 lands gives us the ability to cast all 3 of our 3 mana, 1 blue creatures, which I didn't realize we had so many of. They're all 3/1s as well. They play Ragavan. Okay. Portable Holes for that, so that's not bad. I could Get Lost it, but I think Get Lost obviously has some bigger targets to care about. Brazen Borrower also will probably stay in hand until we're bouncing a Grizzlebrand or something. Crazy that they made Raphaelos work in this mana base. I guess they're 5 color. I thought 4 color, no blue, but they have Channel as well. Ugin, they get a Sylvan Caryatid. Okay. I could True Name or just Clique them here. Probably want to do the Clique because they could Show and Tell. Plus flying is just about the same here, I think. And like obviously we have a Get Lost, we have a Brazen Borrower, but neither of those are very good against an Atraxa if they're able to show that off. Alright, Recurring Nightmare. They milled an Ugin though, no creatures. Titania. Crucible of Worlds? What is this deck? Okay. It's like a totally different deck now. Sylvan, but they have no green mana, so we don't need Titania. Crucible, they have no lands in the grave. I guess Dak Faden's the only thing that does anything here. And it kind of gets them out of this a little bit, plus it helps their Recurring Nightmare. Yeah, definitely take Dak. They draw a Forest, so that was their draw. Pretty good, because it lets them Caryatid and Titania, although they have no lands in the graveyard for Titania or Crucible. Stern Scolding doesn't hit anything that we know about, so I think we just True Name here. Then we have 2 pretty aggressive creatures that are hard to block. They could just cast Titania, but they get no value from it, and currently don't have any way to make a land go to the graveyard, I don't think. It was kind of just a 5/3. They do just cast Titania. They also have Natural Order and Channel. They have basically every single card that can cheat in a big creature, which is pretty impressive. The mana base seems a little rough, but otherwise kind of cool. I mean, we might very well just flash in a Brazen Borrower for an extra attacker, play a Spar's Headquarters, cast Recurring Nightmare. Well, we already have a 2-turn clock here. Flashing in Brazen doesn't help, and if they get like an Atraxa, I'd like to be able to bounce it. So, I mean, I could also Get Lost it, but 2 answers is better than 1. I think we'll just wait on these. Play an island, swing for 6, and see if they got anything. They have a Show and Tell. They have a Show and Tell. The only thing we could put in is a Brazen Borrower, which I don't think we want to do, so let's just leave it. Worldspine Worm, that's fine. I guess if they have any way to gain life... Oh, they can sacrifice this, return target creature card from their graveyard to the battlefield, so without a target they can't sack this. I guess they don't even care to. We'll take 5. I mean, I guess the last card in their hand is Crucible, so they shouldn't be able to stop this, because this doesn't have reach. But they're casting that Crucible. They certainly are. Well, let's bounce the World Spine back to hand, flash out the Borrower, and win with our 3/3/1 attackers. Alright, 2-1, not too bad. This deck wasn't anything exceptional, so I'm pretty happy with the 2-1. Black Lotus was a real nice pickup in pack 3. That turn 1 Comet was absolutely insane. Having Force was obviously great. We didn't Subtlety anything. I guess we did. We hardcast it one time. We did have all 3 of the Planeswalkers out at a single time. And yeah, just a decent control deck. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching. I know this isn't my usual content, but I like to switch it up every once in a while. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you to my supporters, including my $10 supporters: Howard Granger, Rafael Rodriguez, JDNPX, Jason Golombuski, Halkaz, Cody Cowell, Ill Intent, and Emmanuel Mayer. I really appreciate the support, and I will see you all next time.